Hey guys, I'm John Boy, and this is my workshop. Today, we're making a tapestry loom. Essentially, it's just a frame with some pegs along the top and bottom that you will weave some twine or similar non-stretchy wire or string through, and then you will weave some yarn or other fabric in between those twine wires back and forth row by row all the way up to the top. We don't have a ton of extra storage space in our condo, so one of my design goals for this project is to make the whole thing collapsible when it's not in use. To do that, we're going to hold the pieces of the frame together with these thumb screws going into these threaded inserts. That way, the thing can be broken down by hand with no tools required. The frame is going to be built out of this 1¼ inch red oak. The pegs for the warping wire to wrap around will be these brass nails. And when it's all collapsed, it will be held together with some leather strap and these grommets. All right. Let's build a loom. To start things off, we cut the top and bottom pieces of the frame to the correct width, as well as cut out some notches for the side frame pieces to fit into. This should help add a little bit of rigidity to the structure and prevent the side pieces from rotating as you screw it together. With all the pieces cut and clamped together with these 90-degree angle clamps, we drill some holes that are big enough for the screws to fit through. After removing it from the clamps, we drill out the holes in the side pieces to the size specified for the threaded inserts. Right off the bat, I was having a bunch of issues with these threaded inserts. I didn't apply enough force and pretty much immediately stripped the insert and my installation bit. I didn't have a screwdriver big enough to fit it, so I tried putting a washer around the handle of the screwdriver, but I couldn't get a good bite with that. What ended up working in the end was using a sacrificial screw and some pliers and just basically using friction to screw it all the way in. Next, I dremelled out a small recess for the washers so the thumb screws aren't smashing against the bare wood. Here I am using a punch to mark some pilot holes for the nails that the warping wire will wrap around. Removing the tape I used for making the measurements was not nearly as satisfying as I was hoping for. With the 4 frame pieces temporarily clamped together, I measured and cut my leather strip to size and rounded off the corners. At this point, I thought I was pretty much the master of installing these threaded inserts, but it just would not be a proper hobby project without at least one catastrophe. I tried backing it out, but I just could not get a good bite on it. Because they're so soft, which was causing the issues in the first place, at least it made it easy to drill out, and after that I was much more careful in installing it again. With all of the inserts finally installed, I used a file to give all the edges and corners a nice smooth bevel and sanded the surface smooth in preparation for finishing. I didn't want to get any polyurethane in the threads, so I masked off all the hardware and then applied 3 coats of this wipe-on poly finish. After hammering in all the nails, I drilled out some holes for the nails to fit into when it's all collapsed, and I finally got the satisfying masking tape peel off that I was looking for. I had to sand the surface clean after drilling, so I put on one final coat of poly finish. The final step in this project is to install some grommets in the leather straps and test out the assembly and disassembly. Alright guys, well here's the finished project. You can see my wife has a tapestry in progress. This is really a great way to get creative, and you can use all kinds of different colors and techniques and fabrics to really get some cool designs going. My wife is having a lot of fun using it, and I had a lot of fun making it. Thanks for joining me, and see you next video.